Hi. Um, Today I just want to quickly talk about uh holistic health. I think I did a video the other day and I was just trying to give an update about my brother who has mental illness and mentioning things like using botanicals and herbs and um, supplements and minerals and things like that. And as I was talking about that and doing my research around it, I was reminded of how some people kind of poo poo on the idea of holistic health. And holistic health is something that we've been doing since civilization has been in existence. Okay? I think it's only in the last 150 years, what they call modern medicine, have we gotten away from it. And there's a lot of reasons why. I need to just start making sure I document a lot of this stuff. But over the years in my research, because I was working on improving my health, I got ill like 10 years ago, and it nobody could tell me. Like, I went to a doctor and they just gave me the script. I think most of us know that: eat right and exercise. But they were like, eat what, exercise how, right? So they had the script. And I'm not shading modern doctors at all, and I understand again the history of why we needed a more, I guess, streamlined way to train medical professionals. But I think we've really gotten away from the holistic part of health. Meaning, there are folks who, and I think it is getting better. So I'm not just saying it's just not there. It's getting better. In fact, I think there's a lot of people who are starting, like doctors, starting to realize like there's more to it than just giving somebody a pill. And that's kind of why I think a lot of doctors try to refrain from giving people a pill nowadays. Um, so most doctors don't get a nutrition class when they study medicine or when they go into medicine. And I don't think a lot of people know that. Most doctors, let me say that again. Most doctors in the United States do not take a nutrition class as a part of their medical training. I hope that's changing. Okay? So I learned that from Dr. Ken Berry. Okay? I don't know if he's still, I don't think he practices in the same way that he used to, but going back in his history, because, I've studied some of his things and what he does, he, he was, he was a doctor. He was a country doctor. And he was like 30, 40 pounds overweight, being a doctor, telling people, oh, you need to eat right and exercise. He wasn't doing that. He wasn't eating right, right? So he caught himself. It was the self-awareness of it that he was starting to realize, like, wait a minute. I'm supposed to be a champion for health. But yet I'm telling other people to do the thing that I'm not even doing, is not just eat right and exercise, but look at everything that I'm doing that's affecting my health, you know? And I think that's where we all kind of need to start really thinking our health is more than just a pill, is more than just, and I hate that there are still people out there that do that boot camp style of exercise and stuff like that. That's not healthy. Okay? That's not healthy. I mean, there is reason for it, an occasion for it, but we don't live in a society that requires that. You know? So eat right and exercise. And people hear that, but they don't know what that means. They don't know how to do that. And part of everyday health, like, okay, so health is what happens in between doctor's visits. Okay? It's all the things you do, all the habits you have that determines your health by the time you get to the doctor. So when you get to the doctor, they could either say, oh, you're in good health, because they're checking. They're checking. That's all they're doing. So if for a year, let's just say, for example, you become plant-based or you become vegetarian, for example, that means you just eat vegetables, maybe eggs, maybe milk, maybe cheese, right? So that means there are things that your health will improve because you've gotten away from processed foods or food from a box or artificial this and that or whatever. Those toxins, your body doesn't have to work to get rid of them like your liver and other organs associated with elimination. They don't have to work so hard, right? And because now they don't have to work so hard, they can work on other things improving your body, right? So if you're eating junk food all the time, you're drinking soda, you're eating, I don't know, like Takis or whatever. It's like, I know I'm picking on Takis, but you know what I mean. Your body is trying to, there's no nutrition in that at all. Okay? But it's almost like putting a pair of shoes in a washing machine that are like caked up with mud and grime and stuff. So you just put some shoes in the washing machine, and the washing machine is too busy just trying to get a few layers of mud off the shoes. Like it's not even going to get clean the first round. Okay? So that's what I'm talking about. It's like you're putting something into your body that your body's trying to work to process, and it can't necessarily process it. And it's just trying to, it's straining itself. Okay? Your own natural body system can't even completely, finish the cycle of cleaning itself, and do that every day, then yes, you got a problem. And that's just kind of logic. When you don't put something helpful, if you don't even at least scrape the mud off the shoe before you put it in the washing machine, you're overworking the machine, your body. If you don't even put clean fuel into your vehicle is going to be like, doing all the things. Your body is no different. When you gum up your body with, like I said, junk food and garbage all the time, then your body is working so hard to try to get rid of it, to the point where, and again, I've said this before, yes, your liver, there is a disease now called fatty liver. And most people still think that it's because you drink alcohol, which, yes, you drink alcohol, that can be a part of how that starts, but it's not the only thing. It's when you eat things that are not nutritious. Your liver is trying to filter all of that gunk and grime out of your system. And because it's doing that, it's swelling up. Basically, it's swelling up. And eventually you put on, and it's not calories either, and eventually you put on weight, because not only is your liver getting fat, like it's all this other internal fat. And then the next thing you know, you are what is called skinny fat. A lot of people don't know that. I mean, some people have heard of that, skinny fat. And that just means you don't actually have the muscle mass that could help you, or the tissue mass, because fat now is all in between your system. Okay? And that's how people have puffy faces. Like, I can show you, like, all the things I'm saying, I've been through. Okay? I mean, I could show you pictures of my face, of my body 10 years ago, and it does not look the same. It's because of the food you eat and the beverages that you consume. Okay? So, yeah. So there's that. Then when it comes to that nutrition that you're not getting and your body is still, your body is a beautiful machine. It is resilient. It is trying its best to protect you. So it's almost like this puffiness, this fat, this inflammation in your body is its way of trying to protect you from the poisons that you're putting in it. You know? And let's talk about it. Let's talk about even when you are eating nutrition, food, like food that is nutritious for you. What does that mean? What does that look like? It's vitamins, it's minerals that we need. Yeah, you can try to take the supplements, but the supplements, that's on top of. That's why my channel is called the Body Electric Supplement. Yes, I take supplements, I sure do, but I also eat healthy foods. Okay? A lot of doctors will tell you this. It's like you can't supplement yourself out of a health. It's like you can't eat burgers every day, pizza every day, and then take a vitamin and be like, I'm cool. It's like, no, you're not. You're not, y'all. You know, you're gumming up the pipes. Again, back to that washing machine. It's just like you threw those muddy, dirty sneakers into your washing machine, and then you tried to add some extra detergent in there. Okay, yeah, it's still gonna try, but it's still gumming up everything. Okay? So sometimes you have to really restart from the start and think about, what food am I eating? What beverage am I consuming? And there's also an emotional element to this. And again, medical doctors are starting to finally figure this out. Like, think about it this way. Our emotions do affect our body. And, I'm going to give you a little thought experiment to try. I want you to think about the person you love the most in this world. Hopefully you're thinking about that person. You start to maybe feel that warm sensation inside your chest. Or maybe that person makes you feel giddy. Maybe that person makes you feel calm and relaxed. That is your emotions affecting your body. Okay? So we live in a Western world where we got to run, rush. And I'm back to that boot camp analogy thing where everybody thinks you gotta hustle and grind. That's putting stress and strain on your body. And then if you're watching certain programming, and they don't call it programming for no reason, programming. So, a commercial, they're trying to sell you something. First, they're saying something's wrong with you. And you're like, what? There's something wrong with you. And then it's like, oh, that's okay. We got the thing to fix it. So anytime, and I tell people this all the time, if a food has a commercial, might not be the best food for you. Okay? Yeah. Hello. So if a food has a commercial, it's probably not for you. Okay? They're trying to sell you. They're going to tell you, oh, your life is not. Think about, now, I grew up in like the 80s and 90s. And I remember when there used to be, and there's probably still beer commercials out there. Beer commercials always show people like having a good old time, and all the women are skinny and got big bosoms and stuff like that. But they don't tell you what's really happening. It's like you're getting the fatty liver and they don't talk about the hangover the next day when your body is trying to recoup from all that stuff. And your body is trying to like digest and push out all those toxins, right? So they don't show that part. They just want you to buy it and consume it. That's all they want. But what I'm trying to say is, like, we've been treating our body in the last century or so poorly. And it's not our fault. It's like with technology and civilization. We've been trying to like make things better, faster, smoother, all the stuff. But we kind of forgot our humanity at the same time, So, and this is how I can like help my family, my parents especially, realize some things. Like when I got into aromatherapy a few years back, one thing what really reached at least my mom was the idea of like, they had frankincense and myrrh and rosemary back then, right? You know? And she was like, yeah, like, yeah. That was medicine. And it's still medicine, right? And so, yeah, they had what they called doctors back then in the biblical times. They've always had this stuff. It's always been there. Okay? It's always been there. And I think more of us need to start realizing that there's nothing wrong with eating healthy foods and drinking clean water and having healthy fruit. Ooh, I could tell you some things about, like, most apples, I guess a fun fact, most apples, as I'm a teacher, they were not originally sweet as what we call sweet apples. Like they have been, and it's not GMO. They've been, the term is called husbandry, and that just means people have been genetically adjusting plants for, like, I don't know, actually for at least about 100 years or so, learning how to graft certain kinds of things together. Like you learn this in biology in high school, how you can take, let's see, a perfect experiment, especially in elementary school. So do you know if you put a, let's see, a seed into a potato, like a different kind of seed, the plant will start growing inside the potato, like it'll start sprouting out, right? So once they've learned how to do that kind of like botany, that they've been doing that. So they've been crafting sweet fruits for a while. And I don't want to say there's anything wrong with it at the beginning, but now we've gotten to the point where we're like got seedless watermelons, which is unnatural, and grapes, that's unnatural. Okay? So, yeah, I just want y'all to just be aware of those kind of things. And holistic health has been around for thousands of years. And we need to start thinking about, like, what can we just not consume as much? Sugary drinks. I promise you, if you stop drinking sugary drinks, your health will improve almost immediately. And sugary drinks, I mean, and I'm not saying don't have tea or anything like that. Reduce the intake. Soda, you might as well just no. I'm trying to think of anything else. Any kind of juice that's in a grocery store, I'm sorry, y'all. Please look at those labels, okay? I might have to do another grocery haul just for this reason. Like a lot of people don't realize, they try to deceptively trick you into thinking that you're drinking something that's healthy and it's not. Okay, so yeah, just be mindful out there. Okay, with that I say, take care.